Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, young and old, come one, come all. Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated podcast in the history of podcasting. For the people in attendance and the millions listening around the world, this is the moment you have all been waiting for. It's the Off Track FMX podcast. We are live. Introducing first, broadcasting out of the red corner, hailing from Seattle, Washington, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, with what's described as a PBR dad bod. It's Jeff Shanae, also known as SMP Jeff, also known as Sister, also known as The Sister, also known as Sister. Next up, coming out of the blue corner, he hails from Renton, Washington, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing in at 200 pounds. He's the number 153 on the track and number 1 in your hearts. It's none other than Greg Crater, known around the world as See Ya Later Crater, and sometimes known as the Gregosaurus. If you want to get a hold of us, go to our website at www.offtrackfmxpodcast.com or send us an email at offtrackfmxpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on all the usual social media spots at Off Track FMX Podcast. And now, this is truly the moment you have all been waiting for. It's time! Strap in and get ready for 2 hours of podcasting gold!
Here we go. Welcome, people, to another Monday night Off Track FMX podcast, possibly being taped on a Sunday. It is 2021. I am here with my partner, Greg Crater. Greg, how you doing today?
Doing well. Surviving the pandemic still.
Yes, surviving the pandemic still. It's been a hot second since we did one of these, man.
First one of the new year.
Yeah. 2020, I kind of had to take a quick break. Had to have a little surgery, get the backside fixed up a little bit, finish out 2020, and coming in hot to 2021. So hopefully we can get back on these, do them once a week like we try to, and get some of the old, some of the new, all the freestyle motocross heroes. So today's guest, I'm excited to announce, is a guy I've followed for a long time. Hung out with him a few times, partied with him a few times. Yeah, he's one of the OG FMX riders, Mike Jones. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Doing well.
Yeah. What's new? What's going on in where you at these days?
I'm in Pittsburgh area, right there at the old Steel City Motocross track.
Nice. Same old place. Old place.
So real quick, I last week just learned that the track isn't there anymore.
What?
It's Steel City?
No, it's not there anymore. It's
Man.
closed down.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
2012 was our last race.
Holy smoke.
Yeah, like I said, I literally just last week saw somebody posted some overhead photos of what it looks like right now.
How did you not know that, Greg?
I haven't raced a national since, I haven't been back there since probably about 2010.
Wow.
So, yeah, I didn't know.
Crazy. All right. Well,
sad.
Yeah.
That was literally probably one of the top 5 tracks in the world that I ever rode. Steel City was awesome.
Yeah.
I love that place.
Never been there.
Yeah. Man.
It was a good one though, huh?
That was an awesome track.
Yeah.
Especially it was in my backyard.
Yeah. Sad. What'd they do with the land? Did they develop it or?
Nope.
No?
No, it's still there. we were doing rock and runs and like off course runs
Okay, yeah.
for about 4 or 5 years, and just this past year, the first year, now it's just corn and soybeans. So
Oh,
we have
boy.
a farmer coming doing some stuff.
Yep. Making money farming.
Yep, that's it. That's about it.
Roger, 10-4. Got to make money off the land. If it's not doing it with something, I mean, it's
Right. That's right.
sad, but that's the reality.
Yep.
Well, let's get into your long motorcycle career. Let's talk about when was the how was the first time you got on a motorcycle? What age, and how'd you find them? How'd you fall in love with them?
I was 6 years old, and I just rode around the farm. I grew up on, Jones Road, believe it or not. And my dad had four brothers and 4 sisters, and they farmed about 2,000 acres, so I had all kind of land to ride on, and I had a dirt bike, and I never raced until I was 15, and some of my friends said, "Boy, you can ride your dirt bike pretty good. You should try racing." I went to my first race and didn't even know there was 2 motos. I rode the first race. I was loading my bike and was leaving, and the guy next to me said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going home." He said, "No, you got another race." So I went out and rode the second race. It was a full gate in the super mini class, or the senior mini rather.
Yeah.
And there were 40 kids on the gate, and I got 6 both races, and I got 6 overall my very first race.
Wow.
And so naturally I did pretty good, and the next year I rode 125C. I went from C, B to A all in the same year. And my first expert race, I got third behind Timmy and Davey Coons, the Davey Coons from Racer X. And I actually threw up after the races. I overdid it,
Oops.
and that's how my racing career pretty much got started.
What bikes were you on back then?
I started on an RM80, and then my first year racing, I was on a YC 125,
Okay.
and then in 1982 I rode YZs again, and then 1983 I got a Kawasaki support ride from Team Green. 84, 85, 86 I rode for Team Green.
84, 85,
With,
okay.
With Mark Johnson and Bruce Sternsten.
And where were you riding at back then?
Pretty much just this District 5, and I did Loretta's, and
Okay.
I did a few of the nationals, and I think 86 pro nationals. I turned pro in 84, but I just rode a few of them. I was still riding the amateur nationals and doing the big amateur races, and like Englishtown and Ponca City and Loretta's and stuff like that.
Yep.
It's amazing how different the amateur scene.
Oh God.
I mean, not the way that, but like just the tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, Englishtown's still there, but they just don't have that big. They don't have the big race anymore. I don't think.
No.
I don't.
No.
Does Vegas still have their big?
They've moved it a couple times.
Yeah.
I don't know. Really. I think last I heard it was like Carson City or something different.
Huh.
I don't know anything
Yeah,
about
amateur
that, I
scene's
guess.
changed quite a bit.
I know that. I mean, Texas had a couple big ones for a while, but Ponca's still around, I think, and obviously Loretta's and the Minios. It seemed big again this year all of a sudden because they ran during COVID and nobody else had.
Yeah. It's the only thing to do. Hence, it was popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
So, how did those early national, performances go for you?
Pretty good. I
Just riding 125, I assume.
Yeah, I rode 125, and I was top 10 at some nationals. And 1987, I got a factory Yamaha ride, and I was top 10 at a lot of the nationals. And 1986, I was top 10 at some supercrosses, and I think it was 1988. I got second on the East Coast Championship Yamaha, 87. No, 88. No, it was 1988. I got second. 89, I was injured, and then 1990, I rode factory support Honda, and I got second again on the East Coast in 1990.
Who beat you in those years? Do you know?
88. I led the whole championship till the last round, and my teammate Mike Baracco got out of control in the whoops, and there was a tunnel afterwards. He did a 90-degree into the tunnel at East Rutherford, New Jersey, and he ran into me, knocked me down, and Todd DeHoop ended up winning the championship. And then in 90, Denny Stevenson, he pretty much scolded me as a race. A couple races I had to lead, and he took, he come through the pack and passed me, and I never did get to beat Denny, but Denny was on the gas that year. So,
well, I mean, you eventually get to beat him
suspect.
in some arena cross stuff later. I mean, you guys raced a lot together, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love watching the arena cross races with you in them. The SMP stuff, oh, God. Those were the days.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah, I
that's the
dominate
problem.
arena
We get
cross.
off track here. We're going to jump.
Denny didn't dominate me in arena cross, that's for sure.
No.
I'd go to Europe and race like 4 or 5 rounds, so I didn't ride the whole series. I never did. And I would come in, every other weekend and spoil their
spoil their little tea party.
I got like I'd win like 2 main events, get a second and third, and win the dash for cash and win the jump off. So it was fun for me. I definitely enjoyed the arena crosses, definitely.
And that was a good weekend back then. Those paid pretty good, and the pot for the dash for cash and stuff was usually pretty good.
Oh yeah, you could make $4 or $5 grand doing that, and I was getting the Tennessee program, and I was getting T-shirt sales from right. I think it was Pace back in the day.
Yeah.
And, nice.
Was that still Mike Kidd back then, or was it?
It was in the. Yeah, no, I don't think it was.
Okay, I don't know. I just remember Mike Kidd.
Or no, it was Mike Kidd then, but then I'm thinking, yes, when it went to the freestyle, the FMX freestyle shows, when you sat on the throne, that was the T-shirt sale deal.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it was still Mike Kidd.
Okay.
Across. Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, sorry, we got again.
Yeah, we jumped a little ahead.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. I want to find out too. So you said you turned pro in '84, right? How old were you?
18.
18. So you turned pro at 18.
Yep.
But you didn't have a lot of years on the bike at that point, which is impressive.
Nope.
I mean, and yeah,
3
just
years.
naturally talented. Yeah.
My first race was March of 1981, and I had knee surgery that year in June. I didn't race the rest of the year, so I raced 3 months, and I was off the rest of the year I had major knee surgery, and I started racing again in March of 1982, and that's when I told you I went from the C class to B class to A class, all in 6 months. And then I got my Team Green ride, and like I said, 84, 85, 86, and that's when I won all the big amateur stuff, and did a little bit of pro racing, and I just loved it. I really did. I love motocross, and I was the underdog from the East Coast. It's when you live in California, you get all the sponsorship and all the opportunities, and you have Supercross tracks and outdoor tracks to ride all year round. And I was the kid from Pennsylvania that didn't get to ride in the wintertime. I had to go to the sand pits if I wanted to ride when it was snowing or muddy or frozen.
Yep.
And went out to California when I rode for Factory Online. Stayed with Keith Moncardi's friend Chris Taylor, and I rode for 2 or 3 months. But it was definitely a struggle at times, but I enjoyed every minute of it. Wouldn't change anything.
For sure. What were you? What was that early? The knee surgery you talked about? What was that from? Was that from a motorcycle?
Yeah, it was. I was going through the first turn in 125 beginner C class, and got my foot.
That's where it happens.
That's where it happens.
That's where it happens.
Yep. About tore my leg off, and I had tore everything on my knee, and I had reconstructive knee surgery, and I was off for 6 months.
Oh God, yeah. Early on too, young with the torn up knee.
Yeah.
Well, and I can only imagine what that surgery looks like compared to like today's standard.
How
they do that surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had the full 10-inch scar on my knee back then.
Yeah.
Now it's probably 2 inches.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they cut. Now it's just pinholes. You know what I mean? They go in and do it. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have never had a knee surgery, luckily. So.
Oh.
I've had 9. I've had 26 total.
I've had 9. He says.
I've had 5 or 6. I think.
Yeah.
I've had a few.
I've just stayed away from the knees somehow.
Yeah.
I need it on the left one, but I just never did it. I deal with it.
Yeah, I didn't need it on the left one, and I got it.
Yeah, that's a whole other program there.
Yeah. Fucking doctors. Oh, another story.
Right. So we're racing. You got to beat what were you, 88? We were talking 88.
Yeah, 88.
Yep, 1988 when, 87, 88, 89 when I rode for Factory Yamaha.
Yeah.
And
that's what we talked about. Yeah, Denny in 90 got the title. You got second.
Yep, 88 was 2. 89, I got injured. I got fourth in the championship, and I think Bradshaw, Boland, those guys were doing the winning back, and I think it might have been Damon that might have won the championship. I'm not sure, but
were you a big fan of racing growing up? Like before all that? Because I feel like you jumped into it late, it seems like. You didn't ride a lot, and then you just got good really quick and started. But were you a fan of these guys that you were? Nope. No, had no idea who you were racing with. You're like, I'm just going against these guys. And
just love two wheels.
That's awesome.
Never even seen a race on TV. I went to my first race. I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, yeah, that's
my buddy, George Kiley, a friend of mine, said, let's go to races, and we loaded up in his truck and went. And like I said, I didn't know there was 2 motos. I didn't know how long the race was. I didn't know you got a trophy. I didn't know anything.
That's crazy.
I had no clue.
Just
and
I
didn't
had
know
a good time when it was over.
Yep, and I didn't know any pro riders. I didn't know. I didn't know I was ever going to turn pro. I didn't have a goal.
You didn't have an understanding of the whole sport concept. Nope. Yeah. Just that's crazy.
That's like you now, Jeff.
Nope.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're still
I was
that way.
just a farm boy that was riding in the trails, and I did my first race, and that just took off from there.
People noticed you were good, and they were like, "Hey, you should maybe." Keep
John Ayers is the one that recognized me. John
Ayers, yeah, he was the AMA director for a while, right?
Yep, well, he still is, I think, and he was with Gear Raceware and KMX Distributing, and and Lisa Ayers and Little Johnny. They run the dirt shirts now. They do all the merchandise for the Pro Nationals, and
oh, nice.
And he was my biggest sponsor back in the day. He had J&J Cycle, and I owe everything to Johnny for getting me started for sure.
I remember those stickers. Yeah, J&J Cycle. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was in Grove City. It was one of my first sponsors.
And is he a Pennsylvania guy? Is he local back there? Ohio maybe or something?
Yep, he's in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Just about 30 miles north of Pittsburgh.
Okay. He does a lot of stuff with like Rob Bitus, I feel like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we do Switchback now, and that's where they had that
they just had the
mini moto race.
Yeah.
Did you go to that?
Yeah, I went.
Nice. Was it fun?
Do you say you help with that or no? Did you help with the Switchback stuff at all or no?
Yeah, I was up there. I was supposed to do the interviews for the TV, but I was having one of my dizzy spell days with too many concussions, and I wasn't feeling well, so I went home early.
It happens.
Yeah, it wasn't a fun day.
I heard Villapoto talking the other day about how he got worked there, and he was not pumped about it. He was like, dude, I feel like I'm good on those things because they're all stock TTR, whatever. So you have to have, skill with the
momentum is your friend.
Yeah.
He should be good on them. I mean, he's good in general.
And he feels like he is, but he's like, dude, even the locals were just working him.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I meant to watch that. I never did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got worked.
He got worked.
That's funny.
Did Carson?
I didn't watch the finals, but I don't think he got in the top 3 that I know of.
No, I think he said he was 6th, 8th. Like there was a couple things that might not have been his fault. Tangling up with other people or what. But when you're mid pack at a 50 race, when they all go the same, I mean, it's going to be pandemonium.
Yeah.
Right? What do you expect?
Yeah.
I understand it really well.
You need clear track.
Clear track.
But the kids that are winning are the ones that are real fast on them and are not really fast on big bikes. That's why they race them.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Carson Brown won, right?
He didn't win the first couple motos. I don't know. What do they call him? The kid
won
the
main event, though.
He might have won the final.
Yeah, either way.
But they had 3 finals, I think. But the kid with the longer hair that won down at Travis.
Oh, yeah.
What are they?
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now either.
I can't think of his name. They have a nickname for him, but
yeah,
he's he has longer hair and he wears jeans.
Yeah,
I can't think of what his name is, but Yeah, I'm not into the pit bike thing too
Right.
much.
Yeah.
No.
I used to be more so, I suppose, but
Yeah, I'm still a big bike guy.
Yeah.
My knees are too bad to
I was
ride
gonna
pit
say.
bikes.
Well, and you're not exactly a small guy, so that doesn't help you.
No, it's not at all. Yeah,
Yeah. I always loved the pit bikes. They were fun.
I
Back in
got
the day.
two. I got two PPR 110s in the garage, but they're completely stock.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything to them. They're just my pit bikes. Just what they're called. They're riding around the pit. All of my kids around that I train.
Right. That's They are good though. I mean, it's a lot better than the 50 days because the 50s were so small. Too. It was terrible.
Yeah, that was my daughter's first bike. Was I bought her a 1995 speed up or not a speed up Z50. The little one with the little big tires on
Yeah,
it.
the fat
Metal
tires.
tank. Yep, the fat
The
tire one.
ones Denny and Ping were running into each other in the backyard.
This thing here, you could take the air filter out and it would still run. This thing would run forever.
Yeah, they're
You could suck dirt
bulletproof.
all day long and they still run. She still has it too. I gave it to her. She still has it at her house.
That's awesome.
She's 30 now.
Right?
Yep.
Exactly. That's
Yep,
funny.
like
They are bulletproof.
30, well, 25 years old.
That's awesome.
It's rad that she still has it.
Right. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
So
we're
let's
get
like
back.
early
We're
'90s here.
early 90s.
At some point, you're gonna make the switch. No, that's later. Yeah, I don't know what happens.
Well,
Mike-
it's probably nine. I mean, when was the
make the
first?
switch to arena cross? But
Oh, Arena Cross, yeah.
but that wasn't until
Well,
later.
90, where was it? 80. I forget what it was. I was going over to Australia in the late 80s for Phil
Oh,
Christensen doing supercrosses. And that's when Gordon Ward did the hill clicker over in Australia. That's when freestyle
Gordon
started.
Ward. I haven't heard that name in a
Yep.
long time.
Yeah, and I was doing jump shows back in the 90s with Drew Wolf Arena Crosses. And I did my first no-hander lander in 95 at a Drew Wolf Arena Cross with Larry Pegram there. And he said I wouldn't do it, and I did it for the first time. Larry Pegram said, "You won't land no hands." I landed no hands, and I leaned my bike over and almost ran him over with no hands when he was passing with Barry Myers.
Chuck, look at that.
And that's
Give me
when
my
it all
money.
began back in the mid '90s, and there wasn't even the first ever freestyle contest I won was back in '98 that they had, and then they had them 4-leaf events. But
Yeah.
that's when it all began. But I was racing 250 Supercrosses back. '91 was my first 250 race, and then I made up pretty much every single final I rode, and I was top 15 just about every round. I got some top 10s, and outdoor nationals I was top 5 at a few, and I got top 5
Nice.
That's
in the
impressive.
500 class, and 125 too. I was top 5s in a bunch of races, and pretty much top 10 at most of them. But I didn't really win anything. So when freestyle came out and was a real sport, 98, 99, that's where it was at. I mean, I got sponsored by Red Bull, and I was with Kawasaki, and shoot, I was making more before I got on my dirt bike than I was racing, in Europe and everywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can make $500,000-$600,000 a year before you get on your bike.
Yeah.
So that was when I switched over and said, okay, no more racing for me.
Right.
Freestyle full time. Yep.
Yeah.
That was
Pretty-
basically 99.
Pretty easy decision.
Yeah.
Just the
Yep.
less work, a lot of money.
Yep. Because I was going to Europe a lot too, racing. In Germany, I was 4-time German Supercross champion, and raced in
Who did you
Stockholm,
ride
the
for
Globe,
over
and
there? In Germany, who did
that?
you ride for?
I rode for File Kawasaki
Oh, okay.
mainly. I rode for Factory Suzuki, Germany for a couple years, and I just rode for mainly the factory distributors in
Right.
the countries I went to. Whenever I was riding for, depending on what team I rode for in the States, whenever I was going over there. But the Globe in Stockholm, Sweden, they had 3 days, 3 years in a row, and I was on the podium all 9 times.
Wow.
They nicknamed me Mr. Globe, and that was with Billy Lyles
Yeah.
and Donnie shoot, Mike Craig and Eric Kehoe and all the top guys that were winning over here.
Right.
I was beating them over in Europe, because I was so good at arena cross. And I mean, I've even, battled with, McGrath and all the top guys in the States were winning over here, and I was getting lucky to get a top 10 in Supercross in the States, and I'd be battling with those guys and getting podiums over in Europe in the arena cross.
What do you attribute that to, you think? The
I
difference
just think I was good at starts, and I was definitely better on the real tight tracks.
Yeah.
I think I could beat anybody in arena cross. I mean, even when Jeremy was winning Supercrosses, a real tight arena cross track, I don't think I really could beat Jeremy, let's say, but, I could lead him for 2 or 3 laps,
Right.
But I could beat guys like, maybe like Mike Craig or Guy Cooper or, the guys that were finishing in the top 5 in Supercross. I could, outlast them maybe for 10 or 15 laps over in Europe.
Right.
It was just a whole different deal, Bikes were different.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask. You think did the bikes have anything to do? I mean, obviously they're not riding their tested, tuned factory bikes that they are at home.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of that, and I had the crowd behind me over there too, because I had a lot of fans in Europe and Germany
right.
and France and Italy and Belgium and Holland and everywhere I raced. I raced a lot in Europe, and
right.
I definitely had just as many fans over there as I think even the top Americans like McGrath and Cooper and all those guys back in the day. Even Glover and all those guys.
Well, especially like you say, you'd been there before. They knew your name, and this is this is pre-internet era, so it's not like they've seen all these guys on the internet all the time, and they're so they've seen them in magazines, I suppose, and stuff like that. But it's always at that point it was it could be months later by the time they see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is back over the mid '80s. I mean, my first race in Europe, I think, was 1986. I raced on the wood back in Holland.
Yeah,
and it was with Mike Byer, Louis Franco.
Were so sketchy.
I have no idea what this even is.
I'll pull this.
What is it called? On the wood?
Hallencross. Yep, Hallen, Hallencross. It was all wood. They'd have wooden whoops and wooden jumps, and we raced halfway around the velodrome and through hallways. And I mean, I remember kids running into the heaters in the hallway and flood the hallway, and we had to cut the hallway out. And,
so good.
Yeah, they didn't bring any dirt in. I mean, we raced 8 or 10 rounds of that, every weekend in Germany and Stuttgart and Kiel and Munich and Frankfurt and Cologne and all over Germany every weekend. And I was pretty good at it. You had to be real on the throttle, and you had to be a wild man, and it was right up my alley.
Fit your MO.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So, but that was 1986, my first race, and in Europe, and it took off from there pretty much. I did real good, and other guys wanted me to come race in Austria. Had some, and then up on Scandinavia, and then I started racing more of the Supercrosses on dirt, and went to Paris, and there was more money over there for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and I did my fair share of those German and English Supercrosses and some of that kind of stuff. And there was more money there. Even, and I was paying for airplane tickets to get there to make sure I could get there. But there was still more money.
Yeah, there was.
By the time you were done with it.
They paid your hotel and
and
airplane tickets and shoot. I mean, it started out like $1,500, but I think in the end I was getting $8,000-$10,000 to show up at the race.
Yeah.
And it was, and then over here, I was lucky to make $2,000, $2,500, on a weekend. And over there, I was making
8 to 10,
5 times. Yeah, 5 times that just to show up.
You're like, I'll go there, check out a new country.
Yeah, it was. I didn't like flying, but I didn't mind flying, but I just didn't like traveling. I was never home, and I really didn't like being away from home all the time. But you just had to do what you had to do, I guess.
Holy shit!
I just found the video. He's now seeing.
Is he in this race? You think?
Probably. I mean, I don't know.
Oh my God. This is nuts. This is cool though. I'd do this.
This is 89. This is like a velodrome track with a bunch of
It's in Rotterdam, Ahoy.
Bunch of wood and some mini plants, some 4-foot trees, and some wood.
Yep.
Looks like a horse arena.
Yeah, that's probably Rotterdam, Ahoy in Holland.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
The guy's got his front fender all cut. He's got
Supermoto tires going.
Yeah, they've got an uphill. That guy stalled on the uphill. Look at this guy. He can't get up the hill. He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall on someone in the stands.
Going up the steps, they put rubber on him.
Yeah, that's it.
That was it.
Yeah, you were there. Holy smokes, that's rad.
Dude, there's a dude that endos right here in a second though. That might have been. Oh, it's right here. This guy just cartwheels his brains out. Joe Martins is not.
Yep.
He goes to go around and watch, and he just barely clips.
Joe Martins, he was from Belgium.
Oh, he clipped that. Yeah, that's not good.
Ugly.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
an ugly high
It's
speed.
going sideways.
High siding on the velodrome.
Oh, that's going to be it. Yeah, hit the head. Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. All right.
We'll maybe try to post a link to this so that we'll post your deal.
I need to watch more of that later. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do they still have those?
No, they bring dirt in now.
I might fucking start a series over here.
Right? Let's do it. The Americans would be too scared of that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't show up.
That's rad.
You'd get some endurocross guys probably.
Yeah, when you go down on them, you burn holes in your pants and get brush burns on your.
Right.
Yeah,
that's like crashing on a ramp though, right there on a metal landing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think I'd be wearing some street bike gear, not some
Alpenstar leathers.
Yeah, not some moto gear.
You rode for Alpenstar, right? At some point, I feel like. Mike, no.
What's that?
You rode for Alpenstar at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, just the boots though.
Oh, it's just boots. Oh, all right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I wear the best gear in the world now. Fly.
There you go.
I'm with you. You and me both. I like it.
Yeah, dude, Fly's awesome, and Western Power Sports and all the guys there.
It's a good company.
Awesome. They take care of me. They do. They're awesome.
That's
Great
good.
people.
Who do you deal with there?
Got Cole Siebler over there.
Rob, the main building, but oh man.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. They're not listening. It's okay.
Yeah.
I've been working on Max. I got to get him to sponsor this podcast. That would be good.
Matt, I work with Max, but I'm thinking Matt, up in Cleveland.
Oh, I don't know if I know Matt. I know all the Idaho
That's
guys.
not my
more
district.
So.
Yeah. We're out in the
We're from
Pacific
Seattle
Northwest.
here, so.
Yeah. We're up here. I grew up with old Justin Holman. Probably remember that guy.
Matt Fiesel.
Oh, actually, I do know that name. Yeah.
Matt Fiesel. He's the rep up in northern Ohio.
Yep.
And then we got Brock Sellards in the area too.
Oh, nice.
Is that what Brock does nowadays?
What's that?
Is Brock a fly guy now? Like a rep?
Yeah. He's the rep in.
Nice.
Well, I think Eastern Ohio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
And I guess he's going good. And then what was I thinking? Lowry. I'm thinking of Bob Lowry.
Oh yeah.
He's the main guy.
Yep.
And then who was the guy you said too?
Max Steffens. Yep.
But just the whole company's awesome, and his gear's awesome.
Yep.
And they take care of me for being an old man that doesn't do a whole lot of racing anymore, but I still ride. And like I said, we got all the kids still. They want to wear the gear that their coach wears. And,
Yep. That's good.
So I still sell them a lot of products, and so it's a good relationship.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like fly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
for sure. Like I say, we're giving free plugs away right now, but we're going to try to get them on board here sometime.
Dude, I've got some
All my
old ass
sponsors
fly
are
jerseys.
Good to me, and I still get free bikes too from. Well, Hillby takes care of me. My bike shop.
Nice.
Wow, that's
I get a
amazing.
new bike every year. So,
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Especially because they're $10,000 nowadays.
yeah. I feel like it is well
I haven't
deserved.
bought
I
a
mean,
bike.
Jesus.
I haven't bought a bike since 1981.
Wow.
I don't have that going.
Amen.
Man.
Yeah,
I might be able to say that too, though.
Well, yeah.
Maybe
That's
not.
just because you never had one.
Yeah, I had a few.
Yeah.
All right. So you're racing the wood velodrome Holland crosses.
Yeah.
Doing that, making some money. Life is good. You're enjoying the European vacations, we'll call them, I guess. You were European.
Yeah, I was
racing.
racing Australia. I've been to Australia like 85 times. I
Wow.
won
Holy
the
Moses.
10th anniversary Sydney Supercross, won the 10 grand, and I back in the day when Chad Reed started racing when he was 16, he rode factory Suzuki. I rode for the same team with Jay Foreman, and I was over there when Anthony Gobert was winning races at 16 years old, and yeah, I raced pretty much everywhere. I raced South America, I raced Australia, I raced New Zealand, I raced all over Europe, and I even raced in the Dominican. I raced in Bermuda. I've raced pretty much everywhere you can race. I raced in South Africa, South America. I mean,
Wow.
So
Bermuda, like I said, pretty much everywhere.
So what was your favorite place to go race then?
Probably Australia.
Yeah.
So what was what was the least favorite? What would you like?
Yeah.
One that if they called even in the prime and offered you all the money, would you not go back to?
I can't think of one. I don't like.
That's
I can't
good.
think of one that was bad. Yeah, I can't.
Because I know I went to Haiti to do a freestyle show one time. I don't know that I would go back there.
Yeah. Not the funnest of experiences.
I mean, it was okay. I just was. I mean, I've been to like Uganda, and I'd go back there for sure.
Yeah.
But Haiti,
Well,
Yeah,
Haiti.
I can't think of one.
That's good.
I think maybe. Yeah, I can't think of one. I think they're all pretty good for me.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That's a lot better than. I
Yeah.
mean, even in Haiti, I can't say I had a bad experience. I'm not in a hurry to go
the
back.
good
to
news
that
is they
place.
probably don't want you after they saw your freestyle skills either. They're like, who the fuck is
No, that place
happening?
We could do. The landing ramp was made out of like softball sized boulders.
We live in
Like,
Haiti and we've seen
yeah,
better shit than
right.
this.
No, they hadn't. They had no idea. But the
I've
landing.
been to some places that the landing was sketchy, but I can't remember where they were. And they were,
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't
How about
remember.
Evergreen
but they-
Speedway?
Yeah, Evergreen Speedway, maybe.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I know you were here one time when
Yeah, we were there.
you.
Yeah, okay.
I was good friends with Homan, and it was his mobile or his landing, and it wasn't even your bike. You just came to ride the event. I don't know whose bike you're riding, but you like hit it once, and the airbag wasn't up or anything. You cased it and just it like dented,
Caught rim on the.
Yeah, it was bad.
Because you
Yeah,
made
then
a
I
dent.
over jumped it. I think, and I don't think I rode.
No, I think you
No,
were done.
you
Yeah,
didn't ride,
you're
yeah.
like, nope. This is some.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you made a dent.
Yeah, I rode somebody's bike with stock suspension, and I was like 200,
Yeah.
210 pounds. I'm like, I'm not riding this bike.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even.
I'm-
I wouldn't even have jumped off the side of the landing ramp with stock stuff.
God,
That's.
Yep,
but yeah,
I
you made a
remember.
dent in that landing ramp
Mike Jones ain't scared.
right next to
It
the
did.
dent
It put a hole in the top of it.
yeah, it was right next to the one that I put in it.
Yeah, Crater did close to the same. Well,
I did it worse.
Uh,
I put the case like the frame on it, and it literally ripped my swing arm in 3 pieces
yeah,
because I didn't get it there.
he tore a Honda in half.
Yeah, it wasn't a good day.
Yeah, it wasn't a good day.
My back reminds me every day.
Every
since
morning.
then.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. So where are you guys at right now?
Up in Seattle, Bothell, just
Yep.
outside of Seattle.
Okay.
Yep,
cool.
yep. Yeah.
Well, that's a good area.
Yeah.
Holman. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a wild man.
It sounds like, I mean, we'll get into this probably
Right,
in a little
later,
bit, but
yeah.
it sounds like you guys are kind of doing the same thing in life now. Like he's kind of doing the same thing. He's got a school set up at his house and some tracks, and he's got an airbag, kind of doing everything, teaching kids, just young kids how to ride. And, he's got some youngsters now too. So yeah, they're doing good. And yeah, teaching kids. He's loving it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Jones and Roman MX School, and my son-in-law, Steve Roman, he lived with me for like 10 years. And, I taught him pretty much everything about motocross and the right technique and all that. And he was real good at arena cross, and he did good in supercross too, and outdoor. And then now, he's married and has a full-time job and has a two-year-old daughter, which is my granddaughter. And we teach classes now. And, on Monday nights we have kids from 4 years old up to like 12 to 14 mini bikes. And then on Wednesday nights we have bigger bikes, advanced mini bikes or advanced 85s and big bikes. And we have kids, we're from 14, 15 years old up to we have some guys that are 60 years old. So, and it's going pretty good for sure. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy teaching the kids.
Where do you do that at? What track or?
Switchback MX up in Butler.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
How far away is that from you?
That's about an hour and 10 minutes. And It's our local indoor track. That's where they had that mini moto. And they have an outdoor track too. They have a woods loop, and it's a place that you can go and ride your side by side and four wheeler and like I said, they have indoor races every once a month, and then they have outdoor races too. They have a night series. They have lights on the outdoor track too. It's a great place. It's one of my real good friends since 10th grade, and he runs it with his wife, and they do a great job. So one of the best tracks around here right now for sure.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like a cool little ORV park. It's got you said it has a side-by-side place too?
It's an indoor place, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and then
you can ride side by side in the woods. And
nice.
Yeah.
And
how many acres is it?
Yeah.
I'm
not sure. I'm going to guess. I think 50 or 60.
Nice.
Hepler hangs out there too, I feel like.
What's that?
Does Brock Hepler hang out there?
Yes, he does.
All right, I thought so. I feel like
he
I've
does.
seen him.
He helps out there. Brock's awesome. He helps out and does some flagging and Brock will do whatever you ask him to do.
No, I believe that. He's the most humble guy you could ever meet.
Yeah, I don't know him, but he seems like a nice
guy. He'll run the checkered flag if you want, or yellow flag, or he'll run the gate, or Brock is.
And he'll be the happiest dude you've ever met while he does it.
He is.
Yep.
And he's winning the championship now in that cross country series, and still goes as fast as can be on a bike. And
is he like a PE teacher or something?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Dude.
All right.
And he lives about knowledge.
I try
to stay 3 miles from the track.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. Yeah. So
if Hepler turns up missing, I know who I'm fucking coming looking to.
Well, see, I liked Brock as a racer.
Apparently,
well, the dude was so pretty to watch ride a bike. Like he rode a bike so perfectly that and then unfortunately he smacked his head a few times. And,
it sucked. His career got cut short as well.
Well, I mean, it sucks that his career got cut short, but it was good that he was. One of those
smart
guys,
enough to
he was smart enough to go, hey, this is a problem, and I gotta, I'd like to go do something and change it. So
a lot of people aren't. I mean, for whatever reason. I mean, you get, it's easy. Well, it's easy to keep doing the same thing. And,
especially if you keep doing it.
Yeah.
But So anyway, we keep getting way off track here again.
Yeah.
So
I know we haven't even really started talking about Mike's FMX career.
Well, we haven't even got to arena cross like in America yet. Like we haven't even done that. So you were racing over there. You said you'd go do some races in Europe, and then you'd come back and race in the U.S., do some arena crosses. So you never actually did that entire like PJ1 series,
or German series, or
you did. He won the titles in Germany. Times? You say 4 times?
Yep, 4 times.
That's
four
awesome.
Times
that series was tough too, man. Like. I mean, I did it in like, I'm way bad at dates apparently. So like 2010, 11, 12 kind of era, 13, 14, maybe even in there. But it was always tough.
Yeah.
And the tracks were like, the dirt was, you're probably used to, you guys have good dirt out there. We just we don't have the dirt that you guys have. But the tracks were gnarly, kind of, and like you say, they're all tight. You're racing in Stuttgart, and
Mike likes
and these small little. I mean, these are small arenas. They're bigger than like we have a solid arena cross series in the Northwest here. We race in barns, so we get it, or I get it. But those places were tight for having 20 guys on the track.
Yeah, they were real tight.
Yeah.
All their races are pretty tight over there for sure.
Yeah. Even the big arenas are small compared to what we're used to here. So
yeah.
Mike was definitely not scared to put a shoulder or elbow.
He was a physical rider here, huh? So let's talk about the American arena crosses, because that's where, as a kid, I start seeing Mike Jones. I mean, it was you, like you say, Denny, Jeremy Buell, Jeff Willow kind of guys.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
And Buddy.
Those were kind of the first days I remember too. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that, and honestly, I I was a big Mike Jones fan because you were the dude that would muscle guys. Like, you weren't afraid to hit guys. It was always going to be a race. But I really liked the those tough Hondas with the dude. They had like the neon yellow fork guards and some stuff that was like, I was a Honda guy, so it was like,
yeah,
I was pretty hyped on that. But
yeah, they did look good for sure.
They looked good. They were fun. I want it. I still want that. I have a bike. I have a bike that I could make, but I can't find the fork guards.
Really?
Tough. I've called Tough. And I had an inside line at Tough because I had a buddy that worked there years ago. And
you're telling me in 2021 nobody can fucking figure out that color for a fork guard?
Not for a Honda. Nobody will do it.
Shut up.
I mean, they don't. Nobody makes them. Nobody makes neon yellow for a Honda.
That's another one of my good sponsors that still takes care of me is Dave Anilak at UFO.
Yeah. So I had a buddy that had worked there.
Yeah,
he moved Wes Parker. Yeah, he moved
Wesley.
From out here and worked in Chicago there for UFO, and actually for Tough, but he had actually worked in Italy.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought he
went
lived
to Italy
in,
for a year and worked at UFO.
Yeah,
and became friends with the owner's son of UFO, which actually got me a massive connection. And I wore UFO gear for a little while over here.
Yeah, a couple of years.
But then he came back and he moved to Chicago and worked up there at Tough. Obviously had the connection from UFO.
Yeah.
But yeah, he searched and searched up in that attic apparently and couldn't find me anything. So
that's crazy.
I tried.
Seems odd to me.
Yeah. But anyway, so those races, like you say, you'd show up and you'd win some main events and dash for cash and that's where I start seeing Mike Jones for first time as a youngster that's interested in that sort of racing.
Yeah.
How fun were those races? They just looked fun.
They were fun for sure. I mean, it was pretty. It took a lot though because it's like you do a heat race.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, riding both bikes.
The semi, then the dash, and then the final. Then 10 minutes later, the other final. Then I'm doing the jump off. So it was
busy.
You're wide open the whole night.
Yeah.
So,
this is before Red Bull even.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even know about Red Bull yet.
No.
Yeah, no. Red Bull was 99.
Right.
I was the first Red Bull athlete in the U.S. too, I believe. And
that's awesome.
Myself and Tommy Flowers.
Yeah, Tommy. We need to get him
Tommy
on.
Flowers. Yeah, we do.
But I knew about Red Bull over.
So my question is, because some of those races, like you guys were like full clean out battling, gnarly racing.
Yep.
Yeah.
What would happen in the pits after? Like, were you guys buddies? Were you buddies with any of those guys?
Well, it's funny you say
Not
that.
now,
buddy.
at the time.
I got along with them all, but the only one that whined was Buddy.
That's funny.
See, that's funny because I could have seen Jeff Willow being a whiner.
Yeah.
It's even in my Mad Mike Mayhem video. Buddy's the one that's whining, like, yeah, why do you have to take somebody out and clean them out? But we pretty much got along. I got along great with Buell and Willow and all them, and Denny. I mean, it was racing, that's just the way it was, and no one ever really T-boned or like did a real dirty move. But yeah, we got aggressive. We pushed each other off the track, and if you got to wheel it on somebody, you'd run them out to the
nobody was really getting hurt though. I mean,
no one was going straight on.
Yeah,
T-bone right into your foot peg or
no tib fib.
But it was aggressive racing. People wanted to win. Everybody that went there
and the
wanted
fans
to win.
loved it.
I wanted to win more than anybody.
Yeah.
And I was. They accused me of doing steroids because I was the bigger farm boy, And Stevenson and Anson is both like, yeah, I got steroids. I'm like, yeah, okay, boy.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever you say.
I don't know if Denny's filled out yet still, though. So.
For sure.
What was that?
I said no one wanted to mess with me, so I could do my pushing around if I wanted.
That's what I was going to say. Nobody really wanted to step to you or actually say anything in the pits. So
it can't be a bad thing to be the guy they accuse of using steroids.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
Well, they didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, exactly. Come, let's talk about it behind my trailer. Let's come over here and let's talk about that steroid little test you want to do.
What it looks like.
Yeah. Let's do that over here. I got to show you something. It's right over here.
So, but you weren't partying with them after the races.
Oh yeah. There was definitely some.
Oh, okay.
Some parties.
How old were you at this point?
Well,
so this was Arena Cross. What year was this? This was.
It's been like probably mid '90s.
Yeah.
To late.
Yeah, 95 to 90, 98, 99 maybe.
Yeah.
I quit racing in 99.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Because then I went full-time
Full-time
freestyle. In 99 was my last year with the national number because I quit racing pro in 99.
So what does that year look like? 99 if you're racing? Because you've done some freestyle at that point, 98, 99. I assume you start, like you say, you did the 4-leaf events.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't really race pro, I don't think, a whole lot that year because I was doing freestyle. And I actually had my national number in 99 because I was still racing in 98. But
okay.
And then the 4-leaf event started, and I was, shoot the IFMA shows that they were doing when you sat on the throne. I didn't lose an event, I think, for 2 years. And I had Kibby as the mechanic from Australia, and I had my fun mover, and, Kibby was helping with everybody else's bikes. It was Tilton and Flowers. And,
yeah.
And I was the only one that had my own mechanic. And so we were, it was a good time. We had a lot of fun for sure.
What do you mean by sitting on the phone?
The throne.
Oh, yeah. But you do your run and you sit there until somebody else's score beat you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, that's not. Yeah, I heard phone for some reason.
I was wondering what you were talking about too.
I'm like, throne. That makes more sense.
Yeah. The king's chair.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna have another drink over here.
Yeah, you used to sit up on the throne.
The throne. I remember that big old. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the IFMAs.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, IFMAs. I think they had about.
I think they still do that in like the World Cup downhill mountain bike races.
Really?
They do.
They do.
I just seen it the other. It's funny.
They sit there on the hot seat, like, yeah.
Yep. I just saw one yesterday with the women.
Oh, really? Are they running like this year? Are they going to run? Have they been running?
I don't know.
Yeah,
they just had an event.
That's awesome.
Somewhere, I don't even know where it was, but I just saw them going down the hill on the slalom hill.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice. The old throne. Yep.
That's
Wait
funny.
till you get booted out.
Yeah, that's
somebody
funny.
puts up a better number.
Yep.
All right, so that's early freestyle, and you get in, you're winning, and things are good, and you're like, when do you put a helmet bag over your head?
I don't even remember what year it was. But,
that's signature.
Yeah.
I had to step it up. I was the first guy to land no hands, and first guy to do the Kiss of Death at Winter X in 2001, won the gold medal.
What do you think of that event?
Yeah, talk about Winter X, because we have some
Sketchy
other
stories.
athletes that have talked about Winter X, and I'd love your take on it.
Not a lot of people fans of it.
I thought it was cool. I mean, I've been obviously from the Northeast where it snows and it's cold, and so it definitely didn't bother me. And putting screws in your tires, and I wasn't afraid to jump and land on hard packed frozen ground.
Yeah, ice blocks.
And
Right.
it was a cool event. I just practiced that trick, and I used to do the fender kiss, and then I started taking my feet off and taking the feet off more. And
I loved it back in the day, like
Yeah.
watching it. I thought it was cool because I loved X Games and then Winter, and it was just more motorcycle,
It was
more
one
something
way
else to
to-
watch. Yeah, I thought it was cool, but
it was better than the new X Games hill climb motorcycle race in the snow.
yeah,
That's not as good.
no, definitely not as good.
Yeah, and then I went out there and won the gold, and we all got in my fun mover. I think Metzger and Flowers and Deegan and just everybody that was at the event. We got in there and we went over to the chalet party place and almost went through the front door in my fun mover. Just pulled right up to the front step.
Yes,
And I jumped out and went in, and we partied for the night with my gold medal, and it was a good time. Definitely
That's
a good time. And
I'm sure
then the
winning
second
gold
year
felt
I
good.
went out to- it was Miles Snow, Vermont, the second year, and I got silver behind Deegan, and that was my last X Games.
Do you
Or my
remember
last-
what was Deegan's trick that won that one? Do you remember?
I think he did a no-footed can to side saddle lander.
And what'd you do for second?
Double neck Indy the side saddle lander, and I got second behind him by like half a point or something.
Yeah.
Huh.
Who was judging those things back in the day?
I was say,
just random people.
Yeah.
I think they were. I don't remember. I think some of the older riders or some of the riders back then maybe, but I don't remember. I honestly don't.
It was okay.
That's all right. I don't remember a lot.
Yeah.
I'm always amazed when we talk to you guys how much you guys remember, to be honest.
People ask me how many concussions you've had, and I said, I've been knocked unconscious over 20 times. Concussions, I don't even know what they were back in the day.
Well, and that's the problem is back in the day, it was there was no standard. There was no, it was like, hey, I think they were unconscious. You should keep them awake for a while.
Yeah. And I
let
think
them sleep all night.
Yeah, I didn't remember where I was, but I still raced the next moto. So
and you don't remember that moto either, do you?
Yeah, you don't remember nothing.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're a little bit dizzy, and actually Sean Palmer, when he crashed at X Games out in Mount Snow, Vermont, when he went down the hill, and he said to me, he says, I don't remember the course.
Yeah.
And I said, you'll remember the course when you get up on top, and then he elected not to do the final run. And he come over to me to ask me what he should do because he knows that I'm supposed to be the pro on concussion.
Jonesy, what would you do?
What would you do? Yeah.
I would have went up the hill and went down the hill, but he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, he
ended
didn't?
up No, he didn't.
Sean's a wild man too. That dude's not afraid of much.
That was here. He was like 7 or 8 time gold medalist, and then he didn't go down the hill, and I think that's the first year he ended up losing.
He must have really been spooked.
Right. Well, he didn't think he knew where to go.
Yeah. Slow down. I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you're not going to win. That's the problem. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I give the guy a pat on the back. That's big to be able to go, you know what? I'm not going up there. That's sketchy. I'm gonna for a guy that isn't afraid to get sketchy.
Yeah. Well, he said he couldn't remember the course, where it went or what it. Because he fell, he fell and hit his head.
Yeah.
Laura asked me, what did I do? And I said, well, it's up to you, but I think you'll remember the course once you get up there, and it'll come back to you. But
I was racing with a dude one time, Chris Howell.
Yeah.
I was racing with him in Lewiston, Idaho, and he just disappeared. Like he was behind me, or I passed him, and he was behind. I don't know exactly, but it was like, it had been red flagged and started over. Well, he went down in the first turn, and they red flagged it. We all start over. He disappeared. I don't know where he went, and whatever. I finished the race, and I was talking to him after, and he goes, dude, I didn't know where I was. Like he woke up from the, his brain started to function again midway through the race after the first turn crash, and he didn't know where he was or how he got there or why he was on a motorcycle or where the track went or anything. Just finally, but I mean, he pulled off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
Yeah, it's like last year the race I crashed and got up and I finished the race, and I would win in every race in the plus 40, 45, and 50, and I come off the track and one of my buddies standing there, and I asked him where we're parked. I didn't remember where we were parked at.
Oh dear.
And that was like, that was one of my last races. I ended up quit racing last year because it wasn't worth it anymore. Too many concussions.
So did you hit your head to create that day?
Yeah.
Oh, you had.
Yep.
Okay.
I crashed and hit my head, and I got up and I wanted to finish the race, and I come off the track and my buddy was standing right there, and I asked him, I said, where are we parked?
Yeah.
And then I ended up going back and was pretty dizzy and didn't remember anything about the race or anything. And that's whenever I said, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's tough. And that's a tough thing to say.
Plenty of those.
It's funny now. Probably wasn't that funny at the time.
But now I have the good fly helmet that has
the brand new
with the ray on.
Yep.
I
wear the top of the line fly helmet now, so
that
does help.
Yep.
Protect that brain. Too bad it wasn't around 20 years
ago.
That's
the problem is helmet technology and the.
Yeah.
I mean, you started riding. Did you start riding in the 70s? Were you riding?
No, 1981. Well, I started riding in 72.
Okay, so that's what I mean. Like you're riding in the 70s and 80s. Like the helmet technology was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wearing open face back then too.
Right. Well, yeah, and
I wore open face.
Just a half shell. Yeah.
a half shell fiberglass with some styrofoam thrown in it. And,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, here you go. Good luck.
If the styrofoam had the glue hadn't
You're right. If it wasn't just
fallen
rocking
out
around in there.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
and I had the Scott goggles with the Scott face shield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I know the look. I know the look. Oh,
Brad
man.
Lackey.
Brad Lackey. Yes, sir.
Bad Brad. So I want to hear more about some freestyle stuff. I want to hear. I always liked the Red Bull X Fighters. How were those events? I feel like Red Bull always, and you were a Red Bull guy. I just feel like Red Bull always does it big. They always do it professional. Always just top shelf, top notch, everything.
Yeah, they sure did. I won the first X Fighters in Madrid.
Yep.
And that's back when Torrentez and
Yeah.
those guys were, really killing it. And Nate Adams and Kenny Bartram and
just a packed arena and such a cool arena
And a
too.
big,
Yeah.
like you're talking
crazy.
They got like 100,000 people in those places.
Yeah,
They're huge.
Yeah, it was a lot of people for sure, and
Yeah.
they're all just waving the handkerchiefs and
Air horns,
definitely the
chainsaws.
best
Yeah.
atmosphere you'll ever be in is over there. Yeah, Rebel X Fighters and
Ole, 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 ole. You're like, oh
Right.
Jesus, here we go.
Rebel did everything top notch. We flew to one event down South America on a private jet from LA to one of the
Nice.
X Fighters. I forget where it was, but yeah, I think kind of just went on it. But yeah, everything with Rebel was top notch for sure. We got treated like gold for sure.
Yeah. And they just always threw them in the coolest places too, the coolest venues.
Yeah.
I don't remember what years where, but I mean, I know they had one in Russia that was pretty cool. Dubai,
We had one
I
at-
think.
Yep, we had one in England at a castle.
Yeah.
That could have been anywhere in England.
Yeah, I could probably forget exactly where it was,
I
but
can't remember the name of the castle either, but it's a cool. You haven't seen that? It's a
Yeah.
cool picture.
Yeah, but-
Like cool.
I don't know.
Back
yeah,
and
it was
drop.
one of my favorite
Spent
things.
enough time there.
Yeah.
I should know.
Yeah, I wonder if
Yeah,
your
I-
buddies were there. Greg has some friends in Europe since he's spent some time there.
How long you been over? When did you race over there then?
I actually didn't go to England to start racing over there until like 2014, I think. 15-ish
Okay, yeah.
is when I kind of went over there and started racing. And then, and I did the Supercross series over there. And I had been over there the year before, I guess 13, I started racing over there. And I went over to do that vintage, the vintage Motocross to Nations thing, the Vets Motocross to Nations over there at Farley Castle.
Okay, yeah.
You guys, speaking of that, you guys did like is that there? Do you guys have a vintage race at Steel City for a long time? Where is that?
I don't.
Maybe I'm thinking of Unadilla. Maybe they do it there.
Yeah, I don't think they did one.
MX Rewind or something like that. I think it's Unadilla. Sorry.
Yeah.
But so I went over there and I met some people, and then I went over and raced the Supercross series. They call it Supercross series. But it's fairly small arenas as they all are over there.
In England.
Yeah, everything's small.
Yeah.
But then, I have a bunch of friends from over there, and I'm sure that if there was an English, it said London, didn't it? Sorry, he's looking at the computer again.
I didn't see the one.
But my guess is it was probably at least near London. That you guys.
No, I think it was it was Ireland.
Oh, okay. Ireland
Yeah,
or Scotland, maybe, or something.
It was Ireland. No, it was definitely
Okay,
Ireland.
all right.
Yeah, and I forget the name of the castle, but it was definitely Ireland. Yeah.
I got an Irish friend too. A couple of them. Slane
Yeah,
Castle,
people-
Dublin. Yeah, I got a buddy from Dublin.
Yeah.
I got friends that live there now.
It was Slane Castle,
Yeah,
Ireland.
Yeah, we just pulled up a picture.
that's cool.
Okay.
I feel like did they have a bicycle event there too?
I don't think at the
feel
same
like
time.
Well, it looks familiar.
Yeah.
They all look the same though. Those castles. It's supposed to be easy to not know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But all right, so back to freestyle. You're doing these. You did the X Fighters events, and they were always amazing. I'm sure. What
Yeah.
what I want to know, because I like just having seen, because Torrenteras was doing the Arena Cross, the halftime freestyle shows when I was over there in England, and just seeing him party after the races with that group of freestyle guys who were not, I mean, they're not 20-year-olds at this point. What were the parties like in Europe after these X Fighters events, and like, or Mexico City or wherever? I mean, because they were all over the place.
Yeah, they were fun. I mean, obviously it was more of a private party with Red Bull,
Right?
and I mean the alcohol was free, so
Yeah, they can pretty much be as tame or as wild as you want them to be, realistically. Because
I don't think they were tame. I think that was what was going on.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a few people that were back to the room, doing the right thing, or doing the smart thing.
I don't know. That's not what Red Bull paid for.
I think I definitely missed one of my flights from there sometime.
Just one? God, that's impressive. Yeah.
Honestly, I did. I think just one. I missed one flight because I didn't wake up in the morning.
I'm not good with hangovers. I suck.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I don't think I think I was still
still inebriated.
Over yet.
Yeah. We're still going.
But
he might have been.
Not now, though. I haven't had a drink of alcohol since October 2016, and I don't even like the smell of alcohol anymore, and I'm way happier. So.
Yeah, amen.
Good for you.
Amen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm mellow, Mike, and I enjoy life way more now that I'm 100% sober. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it gets to be exhausting at some point, doesn't it? Like, I mean, it's just it's a lot. It's like fuck.
I get so much more done now. I get up at 4 o'clock every day, and I don't go to bed till 10, and 6 hours of sleep is plenty for me now. And
nice. And life is good.
Yeah, life is good.
I like it.
Right now. Yep.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
No, it's good, but I mean, it helps that you're, like you say, you're busy and you're doing what you want to do, so that helps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to jump back. So, okay, you were in your early freestyle. You were on Cowies, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Were you always on Cowies?
Yeah,
did you switch? Yeah, you never switched, did you?
No. Well, I rode Suzuki's in the end. Well, not when I was doing competition. I was doing shows from 2011 to 2016. I was doing them on a 450 Suzuki. But I was on Cowies
pretty much
when
I
was doing all the competitions. Yes.
Yeah.
But I quit doing competitions. I think my last competition was 2003 when I went for the barrel rollover and played at X Games out in LA. I went for the barrel roll. That was my last competition. Yeah,
is that
when I
Staples Center
landed. Yep, Staples Center, and cracked the bone on my hip and was knocked unconscious, and that was the end of my X Games career. And I said, okay, no more. I don't need to do this anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, nobody decided that was a good idea and tried it after you, though, either. So.
No.
No.
I had it down at the foam pit at Travis's.
Right.
And I even missed one of the Playboy Mansion party because I stayed at Travis's and rode another 2 days and flew out whenever Kibby drove out in the Fun Mover. And
did he get to go to the Playboy party?
What's that?
Did he get to go to the Playboy party?
No, I stayed at Travis's and practiced another couple of days and flew out. I could have went, but I elected to practice and train more for the barrel roll when I got out to X Games, and I put shoulder pads on, which I shouldn't have done. And that's what kept my rotation from coming around, because when I went to put my head back to the right, and my helmet hit my shoulder pads, and I didn't get the rotation because of the shoulder pads, and that's why I didn't get around.
So is there video of you doing it right into the foam pit?
I don't know that there is video online or anything. But I have video, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If there's
somewhere,
I'm just saying that should be released.
Oh yeah,
that should be out there somewhere. Because I know that I've never seen it online. I've never seen video.
No, I think I might have it somewhere, but I was doing them in the foam pit.
That needs to be shown to the public, Mike.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
I'm just saying. I don't think anyone else has ever. That never showed up anywhere after that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they were doing 360, which is almost the same. But
Yeah,
But
they're,
even that's gone away. I mean,
they're
yeah,
doing all sorts of stuff these days. Freestyle has
doing
definitely
stuff.
changed.
it's
I mean,
a different evolution now.
and believe it or not, I don't even watch it now. I
Yeah.
really don't.
I don't even. I mean,
watch
there's not much going on. I
Well,
don't think
right now, there's
realistically,
not
it's
anything
kind
going
of
on.
yeah. It's almost not dead, but it's definitely.
Well, and I would say that with the COVID era that we're living in right now, nothing's happening in general. So
yeah.
Well, no, I just talked to John Freeman. Just called me yesterday, and they're doing shows in New Zealand in a couple weeks.
nice.
oh, good.
Good for them.
That's
Crusty
awesome. Well, New Zealand
Crusty
was
Damage.
ahead of the curve, though. Those guys, they killed the virus off and kept it off the island pretty well.
Yeah, yep. They're having 3 or 4 shows.
Probably
in
because 90% of
Zealand
it
here.
burnt like a month before fucking
No,
COVID.
New Zealand's an island. It's off the coast of Australia. It's
Okay.
not the same place.
All right.
Yeah,
I thought
There's,
I thought
there's
it
a
burnt
large
too.
body of water in the way for the fire
I thought
to
New
jump.
Zealand burnt too.
I don't think so.
No, just Australia.
Australia, yeah.
yeah.
With all that water, you think they could have put Australia out, right? I mean,
I mean, I don't know. It sounds like it was a big fire.
it's a lot of water too.
You got to get it there.
Pumps, baby.
I don't think it's that easy.
If it is, they probably would have done it.
They would have, yeah. I think they probably know more about it than you.
I don't know.
Somebody does.
All right.
Anyway.
So, what was the gear you were wearing back then? Back in the early freestyle days, did you keep the same? I know you said you were on Cowies for, 90% of your career.
The very beginning, I was wearing OBG. It was the German gear. It was a big clothing company out of Frankfurt.
What was it called?
Jurgen Wolf. OBG, Original
OBG.
Battle Gear.
Okay.
I wore that when I raced in Germany.
Shut up.
I swear
Yep.
to God, I wore it. Yeah.
It's still going
Jurgen
strong.
Wolf.
I mean, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, 13 or 14
Yeah, they
or
had,
15
like,
or whatever.
Huge warehouses. It was a very big clothing company, and now they have Homeboy. It was like baggy clothes and yeah, he's still doing it. Jurgen Wolf is still doing it.
Nice.
Believe it or not, he's still got Homeboy going, and yeah. And then after that, I wore Answer. I was on the cover of their catalog, and
Oh, yeah, you were an answer guy for, yeah.
Yep.
I think
2 or
I
3
might
years.
have an Answer Mike Jones jersey somewhere around here.
Yeah, that was 2001 and 2, I think, maybe 3. And then, shoot, I don't even remember after that, 2000. I don't even remember what I wore after that.
Didn't you wear that? What was I want to say Atomic or Atonic or a something.
Azonic.
Azonic. There you go. Azonic.
O'Neill.
No.
No?
O'Neill, maybe? No. I don't remember what I wore. I
I just thought you were an answer guy. I didn't know you switched after that.
Yeah,
I mean,
remember.
you wore baggy, you wore SMP.
He wore SMP for a
Early
while.
on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wore SMP, OBG, then SMP, then I wore after SMP, then I wore Answer.
Yeah.
Then
And
after
then Fly. And now you're on Fly and you're in the right gear.
yeah, Fly's the best. That's all I know. I wear now.
You're
That's
making a
most
lot better
important.
decisions in life these days, Mike.
Well, I
That's
have a
right.
feeling he was getting paid for it then.
Yeah, well, true.
Yeah, the best gear and definitely the best helmet.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, and the goggles are good too. I'm wearing the goggles now too.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway,
How was the contract money back in the days for gear for your FMX stuff? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
Well
let's start early on FMX days. I mean, like 99, 2000. Was there, I mean, you were able to quit racing and focus on freestyle. What was the money like for that?
I think he said he was getting like 600 before he even got on a bike.
Yeah, I was close, right around 500, and that was with my biggest sponsor was Red Bull,
Yeah, it
then
was Red Bull.
Answer, then I had OGO, Silkaline, and they were paying me like $1,000 a month. Some of them $2,000 a month,
Yeah.
and even Tough Racing was paying me, pretty good for the year and decent money, and I mean everybody was paying back then, so
Right.
There was a lot of money
Yeah.
floating around back then.
yeah, I've only been like some of the smaller companies, might have only been paying 5,000-6,000 for the year, but still, they were paying. So,
Yep.
But then some of the other companies, like Still Clean, they were paying, some of them were paying up to 2,000 a month, like OGO and Still Clean and some other companies. But
it all adds up. I'm sure that Red Bull money was really good too.
Yeah, they were one of the top,
Yeah.
for sure. But I see now too, like Adam Jones, one of the top guys in the U.S. in freestyle.
I just saw that.
Got his bike for rent, and
yeah,
they don't have any sponsors. It looks like, and they're hopefully he saved his money.
Yeah,
He's coming doing.
Yeah, exactly. He seems a little lost right now. Like he's not sure what he wants to do, what's going on. Not hanging it up, not hanging. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, he's another. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
He's still. I mean, I feel like he's still pretty much one of the top riders. I mean, he's got a lot of good tricks. He's a relevant guy. I mean, but it's sad.
Just a tough place to be right now.
Yeah, for sure. There's no shows at all to do or anything you can do about it. I mean, there's, no Nitro Circus and no shows going on, and all these guys are probably hurting.
Yeah, for sure.
Be McDonald's if they don't have a career.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Is a lot of these. I mean, motocross in general. I mean, there's not a lot of education behind most of the guys that get to the top. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
What to fall back on is.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure Adam will figure it out. He's smart.
You could end up doing podcasts.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Whatever. As long as you're smart enough to be able to pick up a career, after your profession, then you're. That makes you happy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it always helps if it's not grueling.
What I'm doing
day
now,
in, day out.
I'm happier now than I ever have been, and making money to pay the bills and living comfortably and couldn't be happier. So I'm good.
That's good.
That is good.
A little bit slower pace of life. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
you've definitely been there and done that. Yeah, for sure. A lot healthier.
I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Honestly, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, exactly. I wouldn't either. I mean, you gotta live and learn and go through some stuff and figure it out and
for sure.
Do whatever. You've definitely seen a lot and done a lot.
So toward the end of the freestyle career, like you said, you switched to Suzuki's and that was, you were done doing contests and you were just starting to do shows?
Yeah, I was just doing shows with ECX FMX with a good buddy of mine. Oh, geez, now I can't even think of his name. Wow.
It happens.
Oops. Yeah. It's all right. I forget Jeff's name half the time, and I do a podcast with him sometimes.
Seth Elliott.
Okay.
And Brent Schwalm. We were doing shows. We did Seminole Harley every year doing Bike Week, and we were doing North Carolina State Fair with Keith King BMX team for 10 days, and we were doing shows, 2 a month, at least, we're doing 20, 25 shows a year, just.
Yeah, I was going to say, back in the day, how many weeks a year were you traveling or flying or whatever? I mean, your schedule had to be fucking nuts.
That's what I was saying. It was stupid. I mean, I was out of the country probably 200 days, and I was on the road,
the other?
Yeah.
300. I was home, I was maybe home 30 days the whole year.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It was brutal.
And that went on for a long time.
That was for a long time. And my daughter was born in 1990, and that's still when I was racing professionally. And my wife was on the road with me, and she was my mechanic, and she did the pit board, and they traveled with me, and we lived in hotels, and we did it all. And then whenever the freestyle career started up, my daughter was going to school, so they couldn't travel with me, and or obviously from 96, 97, but
Yep.
when I was getting some pro. But so I miss my family. That was the only bad thing about it. But
Yeah, that'd be
you
hard.
got to make a living. But yeah, but yeah, so it all worked out though. Like I said, we're all happy now, and my daughter, she went to school and got a good college degree, and she's the head of the lab now at her job. And
Nice.
yeah, my wife's an interior designer. If anybody's looking for any interior design work in our area, but
There you go.
she's very successful at what she does, and she did Vin Diesel's flat down in Pittsburgh when he was here filming, and
Oh, nice.
she was on Showhouse Showdown on HGTV, and she won
Nice.
that show. And so my wife's been on TV too, so she's a superstar as well.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
That's crazy. Man,
she don't play second to me at anything. So.
how many passports have you gone through?
Right?
Oh, geez.
About 180?
Yeah, I've had Pages added, I think, twice each one, and I think I've had 6.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. Traveled a bunch for sure.
Yeah. Do you
Like I
still
said,
have
I don't even like.
do you
don't like
still have a lot of your trophies and all that stuff?
Yeah, I have a trophy room, and,
Nice.
and most of the stuff in my trophy room is from Europe, because that's the only place that used to give cool trophies, like all the
Right.
big mugs
Yep.
and with the big marble bases and
That was a pain in the ass to bring that shit home, though, right?
it was a pain.
It
But
was.
you used to be able to take it on the plane, but you probably can't do it anymore. But
Right.
Yeah.
some of the IFMA trophies I have too, with the big sprockets and the big flames and but yeah, I have a trophy room that actually a whole room is probably 20 by 20 room. It's just full of trophies and plaques and
That's cool.
That is cool.
I just kept all the cool ones.
Any
But I don't
bikes?
have any. What's that?
Any bikes? Do you keep any bikes?
The only bike I have left is my '03 X Games bike.
03 X Games.
Yeah, I sold my '01 and I won the gold. I got rid of my '02, and I have my '03 that I did the barrel roll on.
When
Kept
you
that
when
one.
you say I sold my 01,
Nemesis.
where does that go? Who did you sell that? Do you sell it to Joe Blow on Craigslist and he bought it to go ride the
There's
sand
just some
dunes,
local kid that bought it,
or? Okay.
and I think Corey Miles, a buddy of mine that rebuilds the bikes, he has Carmichaels and Pastranas and all these guys that have the he has the title with the original name of Robert
Yeah.
Pastrana and all that. He got one of my bikes.
Oh,
and
nice.
He's gonna redo it. Yeah, I think he has my '01 250
Very cool.
that had a 280 kit, and it barked.
Oh, wow.
So
So
Yeah.
okay, so you were doing motors and stuff to do freestyle still?
You were doing a lot
I-
of step up too, right?
yeah,
Probably needed the bark
Yep.
for that.
Yeah.
yeah. Plus, I was 200, 210 pounds, and
Big
Right.
boy.
I wasn't like 120 pounds like Dustin Miller. So
Yeah.
Right.
it was a little bit harder for me to get out over the jumps in them tight
Well,
arenas.
yeah, you weren't riding a 450.
Yeah, I was on a 252 stroke, and like I said, I made a 280. But I had a factory mechanic, like I said, from Australia. He was a factory Suzuki mechanic. He came over to visit with me for 2 weeks and ended up staying for 3 years. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty good deal.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably a wise investment too, having
Yeah,
a
hell yeah.
mechanic, so you didn't have to worry about you didn't have to worry about it. You just knew it was going to be done, taken care of. Trusted
Yep.
the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, he helped out everybody. He helped out Clowes and Tilton and everybody that rode the IFMAs. He helped them gas their bikes up or change the sprocket or whatever anybody needed. He helped everybody. So it was. We all got along. We were all friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, that's good.
definitely a good time.
I'm
Good
sure that
time
guy
with
was
my kids.
used and abused. Poor guy.
Yeah, but
He's got
he
like
enjoyed
10
it.
bikes to work on.
Right.
Yeah,
And-
no,
and
I'm sure he
actually-
was having a great time.
He quit working for him because he just wanted to be able to say that he built the bike that was on the podium at a race, and then he worked for Tyler Evans for a year, and then he went to Nick Way for probably 3 or 4 years.
Oh,
And then he was
I know who you're talking about.
Kibby.
Yeah, that's funny.
Then he was the head engine builder for Geico for like
Yep.
whatever, I don't even know, 10 years.
Yeah.
15 years up until like this past year. Yeah, Christian Kibbe. He was my.
Yeah. So what's he doing now that Geico disappeared on him?
I'm not sure. I don't know what he's doing. I'm not sure. Last year, I haven't talked to him in a few months, but I don't know what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Since pandemic and all this stuff,
Right.
Teams aren't doing stuff next year, and
right.
And
except for Star Racing, they hired 75
Yeah,
racers for
exactly.
next year.
Yes.
yeah, the Joe Gibbs team's out.
Yeah.
I have an announcement to make. I'm going to be riding for Star Yamaha this year.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on next year for anybody. I haven't talked to pretty much. Yeah, I don't really follow anything anymore, to be honest.
No.
I
That's
take
better
care of
that
my
way.
kids. Yep. I watch the news. I take the news so I can see the weather, so I know what I can do for my motocross school, and that's it. I don't watch TV. I just work my butt off, and that's it.
That's it.
You
And have dinner.
you don't get into the Supercross at all or anything? You're not excited for next weekend?
There's a race next weekend.
Exactly. All right.
There's the answer to that.
That's it. Yeah.
I honestly didn't even know. I
Yeah.
really didn't.
Yeah. First one. H1 here in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I didn't know that.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. No. I'll take. Excuse me. I'm tired. I'll take
It's all right.
them, and probably I think I taped them all last year, and I might have watched maybe half of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not into it like I was. I guess, like I said, I'm really into my schools and teaching my kids, and that's really what my career is now. That's what my focus is, and
Heck yeah.
taking
That's
care of
good.
my sponsors, and I really don't have the time for it anymore. I really don't even have the time to sit down and watch, an hour or 2 hour race anymore.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
How many?
And every time I do, I just don't.
Yeah, that's probably good.
You don't even know the guys' names anyway, so it doesn't. I will like I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to watch the 250 class and know who any of the guys are.
I know the
I
top.
still
I know the
watch
top
450
guys.
guys, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
No, it's hard. It's hard to keep up. It's extra work.
Yep.
How
Yeah,
many?
Exactly.
How many kids you got out there that you're training?
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez,
We have
that's not a bad thing.
12 to 14 kids at every class, and we limited it to 12. And sometimes, one or two kids show up and don't
Yeah.
tell us they're coming.
Right.
But we probably have 100 kids total that we're training on and off. But like I said, we have 12 kids every week that they come to class, or every Monday, and then 12 kids every Wednesday. Then I do private lessons too. Throughout during the week on when we're not having class.
Yeah, yeah. What level are they? Most of them.
Some of the kids are winning the 85, and some of them are winning the B class. I do train some A riders. There's a couple pro riders that come to class.
Nice.
But in general, I would say 50% of them are mini bike riders or beginners. But yeah, a little bit of everything, I think.
Yeah. Well, and the other side of that is, that'll translate into having a group of fast kids later on, and
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean.
Job security.
Yeah, well, some of the kids that are winning now are the kids that 2 years ago was their first race.
Right.
And they've come a long way because they come to class, every week, and it's unbelievable, the progress they made. But we're real big on technique, to get up on the front of the bike and the elbow up and looking ahead.
Yep.
Sit down, leg out, elbow up, all at the same time, and not sitting early and instead of the apex
Stand
of the
up.
corner,
Stand up.
stand
Late.
up.
That's it.
Yep, and grip with your knees and
Yep.
looking ahead and head over the handlebars. And I'm real big on technique, and that's like Tomac and Roxon and the guys that you see that have the good technique are the ones that can go the whole moto
Yep.
and not make mistakes and fall down and who the guys that are that don't have the good technique to fall down, make mistakes, and don't finish races and crash.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make that.
Yep.
Because
Well,
that's-
that was one thing I used to do some schools and whatever locally, but the one thing I would challenge anybody on was to find a single picture of Dungy out of position on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't find a
Doesn't
picture
happen.
of the guy where he's off balance or, like his
Yeah.
arms aren't up, elbows out, whatever. Like
Leg
he
out.
was just
Yeah,
so textbook perfect all the time.
Yeah.
Robotic.
Yep. Yeah, we do braking drills. We make the kids stand up on the whole track for two laps to teach them how to stand up more.
Yep.
Because most kids do sit down too early.
Right.
I said, okay, so let's go. We're going to make them stand up on the whole track and not sit down at all.
Yeah.
So that they get used to standing up. But yeah, and our kids are averaging 8 seconds a lap faster from the beginning of the training to the end of the training.
That's
in a
awesome.
2-hour class.
Yeah.
And we give them papers, with the beginning lap times,
That's cool.
or
That mean you have like
that.
a transponder system of some sort, or no? You just
No, we just
Stop
have the
watching.
parents.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
Well,
have
that's
the
even better if the
paper.
parents are doing it and they're seeing the progress too
Right.
in their hand.
Yeah.
That's
Yep,
huge.
exactly. Yep, and then we do starts and we do 3-lap sprints at the end of the training, and that's when we have the ending laps, and we have a whole program going, and it gets better and better. Now we have our own merchandise, and we're on Instagram, and little by little we're getting better and better. And better.
What is the Instagram? You have Facebook, Instagram. What do you like? How do people follow you on social media?
Yeah, Jones and Roman MX School,
Okay.
and that's we're on Instagram.
Okay.
And obviously, I'm on Facebook, Mad Mike Jones, and I'm on Instagram, the real Mad Mike Jones, because there was like 15 imposters.
Right.
Fake Mike
Yeah.
Joneses.
Man. See, that's how you know you made it big though, when you got imposters.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever
Yeah.
taken the
There ain't 14 other Greg Craters.
no Crater Racing 153s out there but
No,
me. So.
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. I think I've raced with Steve a little bit though, here and there. Like I was kind of probably getting done, and he was probably younger than me, but I feel like I've
Yeah.
Raced a
He's
couple.
32 now, I think.
yeah. Oh, so I mean, I'm 36. No, I'm 37.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we've raced together a few times for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve can ride. He just didn't have it mentally.
Yeah.
He
No,
was-
that's the hardest part. I will say,
Yep.
I think that if I had raced in my 20s the way I felt mentally in my, early 30s, it would have been a full different program. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, Steve's going faster than he ever has because he has a full-time job and he has a kid and a family, and
Yep.
he just rides more relaxed.
Right. No
And
pressure. Yeah.
back-
He's not doing it to make
Back
money.
at the local race, when Darren Dorn was winning Supercrosses, he would beat him in a local race, and he'd
Oh,
go
right.
to the race and miss the final by 1.
Mm-hmm.
And he just yeah. So
I've missed a lot of Supercross main events by 1.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
so it's Steve. It bummed me out, but oh well.
Yeah.
But now he's winning everything. I mean, he goes to arena cross and rides so smooth and wins. He jumped on his buddy's Yamaha. We're riding Yamaha next year for Hillview, and he jumped on a 2021 Yamaha and just stock, completely stock, and just smoked everybody.
That's awesome.
And he rode it faster than his work Suzuki, or with suspension and motor and
Yeah.
wheels and tires and bars and everything.
That's
So
funny.
I mean, the kid has talent. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in his defense, that Suzuki technology is not brand new.
No, that's what Steve said too. Yeah, it's only 9 years old. Yeah, I know.
Still a good bike, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, but you got to do just a little bit of work to it.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I'm gonna like it too because I'm gonna have electric start next year for the first time in my life.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how excited are you for that?
Hey, I just bought one this year. I
Yeah.
got a bike for the first time 3-4 months ago with electric start, so I'm with you.
Yeah,
I made fun of those guys for a long time, but it's a pretty nice little thing to have.
Pretty nice option.
Yeah. I have one on my TTR, but not on my race bike.
Yeah, yep, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
awesome.
funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, good times. Good
Man,
times.
there's something else I was going to ask. I forgot.
Mm,
Man.
go ahead.
No, I forgot.
I wonder if I can thank a few of my sponsors now while we got a little
Yeah,
break.
please.
Yeah.
Please, yeah.
Yeah, I want to thank Hillview, Yamaha, Suzuki here in Latrobe, PR2 suspension. I'm winging this.
It's all right.
UFO Plastic, Dave Anilak at Top UFO. Dunlop, Frank, or Dunlop, Weisco, KMS Heating and Cooling, and Total Image, Foundation Station, Jones and Rowan MX School, which is my deal, and what else? Fly Racing, obviously, which I've already talked a little bit about.
Yep.
And I hope that's it because I can't think of any more.
What's the Foundation Station? What's that?
It's they do structural repairs. One of my best friends' local business.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And KMS Heating and Cooling does that's heating and cooling business. One of my best friends too. They take care of me. Oh, and also FM or Switchback Motocross, and I got a new graphic. Fast Track Moto.
Fast Track Moto.
What's Fast Track Moto?
Fast Track is my new graphic company that does my graphics.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Oh, cool.
Excellent.
Because I didn't have any of this stuff written down. Remember, you guys caught me off guard again.
It's all right.
How many times did you guys miss me? Oh man,
It's all right.
I think I got everybody tires and gear, helmets, goggles. I think for where I'm flying out.
Still Alpine Star boots. Ace
No, I
No.
wear fly boots now.
You wore what?
Fly boots.
I wear
Oh,
fly boots.
Yeah. How do you like those?
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Are you wearing the new ones now?
Yeah, the new boots are good.
Okay. I haven't even put my hands on the newest ones.
New boots are good, and they're pretty good. I know I'm forgetting somebody. I'm trying to think, but I don't have any. I don't have my list in front of me or any. But I can't. Oh well.
This is why on the podium I made sure my graphic guy always put every sponsor I had on the front fender so that I could stare at it.
Lucky there was only one or two times.
Yeah, well, luckily I only had like 6 sponsors, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. Department of Power, which is my engine builder. In the Blood Tattoo.
Oh, that was on Steve Roman's Racer X interview here we looked at.
What's that? Whose tattoo shop is that?
Shop. Yeah, it's a tattoo shop, local tattoo shop, which my best friend, runs.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I think that's it.
How many tattoos do you have? Do you have a couple?
Just Mad Mike.
Just Mad Mike. Just the
Mad
one.
Mike.
One and done.
Mad Mike. What's that?
Just one and done, huh?
Yep, one and done. That's it. Yep.
Why is that? Speaking of one and done, why no more tattoos?
I don't know. I thought about getting some more, and I just never did. Not really a tattoo guy, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not even. That's why I ask. I have 0. I have not even the last name. So yeah, that's all right.
And I'm slightly covered.
And this kid's over here like
I got
wearing his face and hands are exposed, and I can see ink. So yeah.
Yeah.
I got Mad Mike on my knuckles, and that's pretty much it.
Where'd you get that at? Do you remember?
Yeah, I got it in Australia because people were saying to Seth Enzo, Mad Mike wanted an autograph, and they were coming up to me, mistaking me for Seth. He said, you need to get Mad Mike on your knuckles. I said, all right, I'll do it just for you, Seth.
That's hilarious.
That is funny.
Yeah,
that's a good story.
Yeah, that was how that all came about.
So how do you have Mad Mike laid out on your knuckles? Just out of curiosity, with 7 out of 8.
It's MID with a little line and then MIK.
Oh, all right. You have a dash in there.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, dash. Yeah.
Got to get creative.
Yeah, that's why I want. That's why I always ask.
And it's not any fancy font. They said, "What kind of font you want?" And I said, "Make it look like I got it done in jail because I've been there a couple times." Yeah. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, just picking up for my buddies. like Antonez and all them. I mean, nothing bad. Not like I stole anything.
Yeah. Just
it was always for fighting, picking up for my buddies.
Yep. Just some drunken debauchery. I mean, it happens.
Disorder, it just happens. It is what it is.
Yeah.
A good bar fight here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in a bar fight once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you haven't, you didn't live if you haven't been in a bar fight.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. Yeah. I was picking up for my friend.
Yep.
Actually, it was Anthony's one time. Found him. He was a little bit, I think, intoxicated and got in a fight with someone outside the bar, and I had to beat up 3 dudes.
Oh dear. Who was this? Who was talking?
Buddy.
Oh, Buddy. Yeah. Nice.
Apparently, I got intoxicated one time in Vegas, and Buddy walked into the bathroom. I may or may not have been in there puking in a casino in Vegas.
Oh, nice.
And
Buddy was holding your hair?
No. Apparently, I saw him walk in, though, and
I got some Buddy fucking hair.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Buddy! Like,
he's like, that's a drunk weirdo puking in the fucking...
He came out. My girlfriend was standing there. He's telling people there's some dude in there that knows Buddy or something. Yeah. Pretty bad story, actually.
Yeah, but
turned out poorly for me.
That's funny.
No jail time on that night for anybody.
You only had to beat up 3 guys, though?
It's pretty good.
3 at once?
Yeah, only 3. 3 was enough.
3 was enough. 3 would be enough no matter what. If your buddy wasn't helping.
No.
You were known to be a tough son of a bitch.
So, but Buddy, was this his deal? Would he start fights and not
and then make you finish them?
Not help fight.
Well, Johnny Ringo.
he didn't try to start it and then run, but he definitely couldn't stick up for himself, I don't think. But
you're like, all right, I got this again, guys. Right. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, where's Denny and Buell and Willow, and where are these other guys at?
I don't remember. I think they were all around too, but
not as willing to help.
Jones is just the one that's finishing it.
I think it might have even been in Roppongi down in Tampa.
At where?
Roppongi, that area of Tampa.
Okay. I spent some time in Tampa.
Yeah, that was the party area of Tampa.
I've spent some time. I don't know Roppongi though. I had a couple buddies that lived there for a long time. So it was right when I got my knee, or sometime around my knee, because I know I had an immobilizer or whatever.
Crutches. Yeah, I remember that.
And it was the year too. It was like back-to-back super. They had Daytona one week and then like Orlando the next week. I think it was maybe Carmichael's last race there or something. Yeah, I was.
Well, that was like 06.
You were there too.
07.
What the fuck? Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I was racing Supercross.
Yeah. No, that's what I came to see you. Yeah.
Riding,
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
Just remembered that.
Oops.
Wow. Yeah. Tampa. It's a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, we know the clubs down there.
Yeah.
Well, so that's the Pennsylvania. I feel like the East Coast, the Northeast, side of sort of things. You guys always ended up in Florida and whatever, Georgia during the wintertime to ride. Did you do a bunch of that?
Yeah, I went down and stayed in Daytona. We rented a house, and then I rode down Clyde Morris right there in the woods, right off of Clyde Morris. But when I went down there for the winter,
nice.
I really didn't go to the tracks or anything. That was way back though.
Yeah,
back in the 80s. Yeah.
So did you ever not live in Pennsylvania? Did you ever come out to California and stay there for more than like a couple of months? I mean, did you ever have a house in California that you stayed at? Or?
No. I just went out there and stayed for like 3 months when I rode for Factory Yamaha.
That's it.
That
wow.
was it.
That's impressive, man, because so many guys...
Yeah.
I mean, even Deegan, I mean, he was from...
Yeah.
He's from
everybody.
Iowa
Ronnie Feist,
right? I mean,
they all drove, they all moved.
They just went.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I never lived out there. I was always a Pennsylvania boy. I wanted to stay home.
Right. Well, and I mean, you were on the road enough anyway most of the time later on that it didn't matter where you lived, probably.
Yeah. I definitely was on the road, that's for sure. I like living at home. I don't want to live out in California. I like the change of seasons. That's why I never moved out there.
Yeah, that's good. Well, and I mean, it helps that you lived where you lived.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset if I lived right there at Steel City.
No, the track isn't there anymore. But
no, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. I mean,
but it was for lots of years.
Yeah. Did you or your family or somebody? Did you guys own Steel City? Like, is that?
Yeah, my father-in-law.
Okay. All right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good time. Right
How many
there.
laps did you have in there? Just a million?
What's funny is I didn't ride there because as soon as the races were over, they would dig it up with a chisel plow, so the topsoil didn't wash down the hill. And then whenever I got my fourth place, I got like third on the start, and I passed Ward, I think, and Bale was leading the 500 National back in like, I don't remember, 93 or something like that. And I ended up finishing. I got tired because I was on a box stock KX 500. I got the day before the National. I put handlebars on it. And ended up getting fourth both motos. And they put in the cycle news, finishing top privateer fourth, whose bedroom overlooks Steel City Race Day. I was blah, blah, blah. Then I went the next week to Bud's Creek, and I got fourth down there, too. So
that's good.
It wasn't like, I got fourth because I live, at the racetrack.
Right.
Yeah. On a 500.
Was there?
Yeah.
God damn.
Before we get into the 500s, I love open bikes. But was there another track on the facility to ride at all, or not really?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, was there more than like the national track was there? But was there another track at Steel City somewhere else to ride on the property, or no?
No.
How many times a year did they operate the track then? Because you said they tore it up right after. So did they run the track? I mean, other than the national, how many times a year did they have practice or races or?
Well, they had like 7 local races. They had a regional for Loretta's or an area qualifier, and that was it. So
and they just kind of set the track up as they needed for those events. They'd put the soil back or pack the soil, whatever they had to do.
Yeah, as soon as the race was over, they would level the berms and put chisel plow marks across so that the topsoil didn't wash, or dig like a run across with the dozer blade, so that it wouldn't wash. And the track was unrideable. On Monday mornings, it was unrideable. And then the next time you could ride it was, the day of the race.
Wow.
What a bummer. That would be disappointing.
That would be hard to live at.
Yes.
Now that I think about it.
I would not like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody thought that I rode there every day, and I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Right.
I knew you lived there. I figured you rode there quite a bit. Like I said, I was wondering how many laps you had in. I was like, 1 million? Like, nope, never ridden there.
There's probably kids that rode there more than I did because they raced there more than I did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never rode there, ever.
Okay.
All right, so
we can get into open bikes.
Because this is my love of the sport is open bikes.
He loves the good CR500.
Dude, I love it too.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that there was bikes out there that, without respect, would really, really hurt people.
Yeah, I get that on a 125.
Well, but I mean, to me, you can jump on a 125, you can hold it wide open, kind of whatever. It sounds good. Anybody can at least, not anybody, but a good rider can sound like they're really fast and doing whatever they want to do. But on an open bike, you find out in a hurry if somebody has any skills.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And right whenever you think you're in the right gear, you got to shift up.
Yeah, you got to hurry up and get to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually heard there's a dude right now. Somebody texted me a link the other day. There's a dude on Vital trying to sell a brand new 03 maybe KX 500 or something.
Yeah.
And it's brand new in the crate.
What?
And the dude is asking like $33,000.
What?
Well, I'll tell you who's not going to get $33,000
right
for that.
But it said, it's like world's fastest motorcycle or fastest production bike ever built, or like trying to find the link right now so I can actually tell you what the guy said.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I could do with $33,000. Build a lot faster, fucking cooler bike.
Right. Not this. It's an 04 KX 500. Last year the Cowie was made. Big bore 500 2-stroke. What does it say? Rare opportunity to own a piece of history for any collector, museum, or motorcycle enthusiast. But it's in the crate.
Bill Gates, Elon Musk. You better get one of those guys because none of us have that.
Wow.
But yeah, $33,000. I just thought that was funny. But he called it something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't even want to spend 10 on a fucking 2021.
Oh yeah, right. He quotes fastest motocross bike ever made.
I'm not spending 33 on it.
But I will say, super respect for guys that raced those bikes in that era, especially, and not to take anything away from. I mean, Yamaha didn't really have one. They had the 490 that Bradshaw raced a little bit, but there was guys racing 250s with big bore, making them 360s and different stuff, Nolene bikes and whatever. But I mean, those bikes.
I had a 490. I had one.
Okay, so I raced. That's actually what I went to Farley Castle in England and raced. Was originally, I think the first year I rode like an 86 YZ490, 87 maybe. It was a barn find and literally was like bone stock. They put wheels on it to make sure that they were up to date and not going to blow up.
Not square.
Yeah. And then they built me a really cool 89 YZ250 chassis with a 490 motor in it, like Dubach raced, I guess, like at Mammoth, Dubach raced one that Yamaha had built for him.
Yeah.
So they copied that, but they're just cool because, like you say, if you're not in the right gear, they do bad stuff. They run out of gear in a hurry. The Cowies had power valves though, so that's what I was going to ask.
It's called frightening. They are frightening.
They are frightening if you're in the wrong gear, especially. But
yeah,
did you ride a Honda? Or, I mean, you rode a Yamaha but I mean, that motor, I don't know if that's a great comparison. But the Cowie had a power valve on them. Did it make them better on the
93 and 94?
Okay, did they have a power valve then?
I
don't know.
I think they did.
I would assume, because I don't feel like they changed them for, 20 years scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did.
But did you ride a Honda ever or no?
No.
So that's what I want. I have trouble finding guys because it's either you're a Cowie guy or you're a Honda guy when it came to that open bike stuff.
Yeah.
But I always felt like I heard the Cowie motor was more rideable, and I just did, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Having not ridden one, I just don't know if they're better on the bottom. I've never ridden a Cowie.
Huh.
I've ridden the Yamahas and I've ridden the Hondas, but they're not, to me, that air cooled motor. The air cooled motor after about 12 minutes or 8 minutes, they start to really get hot and ping and do some weird stuff. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say. The Yamaha, the wing, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in, like I say, this is the era of modern bikes. We're racing these 89 490s, and they got technology to, they're checking clearances and doing all these things and putting better gas in them and doing all this stuff, and they still pinged after 10 minutes.
Wow.
It was like, there's nothing you can do to them. I don't know. They just get hot.
Unsolvable problem.
Well, they get hot, and then now your compression ratio is higher because everything's kind of closed down and tightened up because everything got hot, and then I don't know. I don't know if you can make them run cold and hot with one carburetor setting.
Yeah.
But yeah, open bikes are really impressive.
You need that fuel injection.
To get fourth place, though, that's like, not to take anything away from the rest of your career, but that to me speaks louder than the rest of it. Like,
that's funny.
That's a gnarly feat that I'm super impressed by. So
yeah.
I even passed. I think it was Ward and John Michelle Bell was pulling away till I got tired because I was on a box stock Tech 500. And they were on work bikes.
Right.
Fuck, that is crazy.
Yeah. No, that I have more respect for that than everything else. Not like, again, not to take anything away from the rest of it, but that is unreal impressive to me.
Yep. Appreciate it. Yeah, I had fun. It was a good time for sure. And I wasn't very big back then.
Right.
I was only like 170 pounds.
I was going to say, what year was? That was part of your younger racing career. So
93 or 94, I think it was.
Yeah.
So you're 23 or 24-year-old kid probably.
Yeah, I was
just riding a man's bike.
For real.
Oof.
I was probably 20. I was 27, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were born. Were you born in like 66? I just did
66. Yep.
Okay, I was doing the math.
66.
There, so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's awesome. That's a long career, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talk about racing with LaRocco, but your career lasted at least longer than his, really. I don't remember exactly when he got hurt in Indianapolis there. It was about 06, I think.
Yeah, I don't think mine was.
Well, maybe not the racing, but I mean, you like you said, you rode Cowies till 2011 doing contests, and then switched to the Suzuki's.
Well, no, my last show was 2016, and
there you go.
My first pro race was, I think, 1984 at the Buffalo Supercross.
It's like 32 years
of literally making money on a motorcycle. Like,
yeah, 32 years.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. So I guess that's not too bad.
No.
And I'm still in the sport. I'm
right
now, and
yep.
And I honestly, I love it because.
Yeah, in a better place in the sport now.
Enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah,
you did the hard stuff. Now it's nice to just relax and enjoy it. Yeah. Have some fun.
So
barbecue.
Do you just teach for? I mean, is that all you do? Do you work otherwise?
No, I work for Lindy Paving. I drive triaxle and pull a 32-foot beaver tail and haul equipment, and so that's where I get my benefits.
Okay,
nice.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. So people say, you got to work. I said, no, I don't have to work, but I'm working for benefits.
Right. That's right.
Because I got, full health coverage and retirement and pension. And
nice.
And so I work 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. And I get laid off in the winter because what bad weather.
Right.
And so I get a couple months off, which is good.
And then you go to Switchback.
And then I go to Switchback and teach my kids, and I ride a little bit still, but we work 50, 60 hours during in the summer.
Right.
And my bosses are cool, and all the people I work with are good, and I really like my job, and I love training kids. And like I said, my life right now, I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm
That's what I like to hear.
Happy. Yeah, my wife's awesome. Like I said, my daughter, my son-in-law, I got a granddaughter now. So everything's 10 points.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that. You might be the first guy we've talked to that said I have a granddaughter. Oh no, Seth. I think did Seth say he had a granddaughter?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So that's awesome though. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's always nice to talk to you guys and find out everything's good and that you guys found something else after freestyle and not trying to chase the dragon, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I hope everybody has an opportunity to make things work after their careers. Because I hate to see people just struggle.
And it's a brutal sport. I mean, to be honest, it's a brutal sport.
Yeah.
So,
and like I said, I hate to see people struggle, but some people just they don't think about what they're going to do after the fact that they quit making money doing their profession, and
that's it.
And then they think, oh, what am I going to do now? And there's nowhere to go to speak, and so hopefully you don't get to interview any of those guys because that would be a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have interviewed some, and they've turned some things around. They everybody either figures it out or they.
Yeah,
or
we talked to Caleb Wyatt not too long.
Yeah.
He went through quite a few years of heroin and the bad demons and stuff. But he's doing good now, so that's the
turned it around, turned the corner.
The positive.
Trying to be a dad.
Yeah, that's good. Good to hear, man. Yeah, I always liked him too.
Yeah. I mean, the whole sport is full of good people. I mean, everybody's.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It definitely is.
Like I said, I've met, or hung out with quite a few of the original guys, just kind of growing up and hanging out with Homan and stuff. And, some of these newer guys I don't know as good, but I'm always interested in learning about people's life stories and doing all these interviews and stuff is really fun. And, hearing where people have been and where they're at now and the struggles, the good times, the bad times, try to get through it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully my interview was good for you guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was great, man. It was great. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, and, that's the most important. I'm glad we got it done. Glad we figured it out. Appreciate your time.
And I put a reminder on my phone and everything, and even set my alarm. And holy heck, I forgot. I went side by side, and today I got a new Can-Am Commander, and I've had it for 3 months. And
can't blame you for that.
I went today, and I just washed it. And I come in the house and ate myself up some dinner. I'm like, I seen the phone ring, I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
But I'm like, I got to do it, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate your
I
time,
missed
man.
it already once, and
You're good.
No, you guys were great. I really enjoyed the interview, and
Yeah, no worries.
hopefully we'll hang out again sometime soon. And,
Yeah.
and
I got your number. We'll
Yep.
be in touch, buddy.
Yep.
Appreciate
if we're ever
it.
in the
Definitely.
Pennsylvania area, we know where to go.
We'll look you up.
Yep, definitely look me up, buddy. We'll
We'll
hang out
sign up
sometime.
for a class at
So you ride
Switchback.
some 500s or something
Yeah.
at Switchback.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
man.
Appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk soon. Thank you again.
Yep. Have a good night.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Take care.
Yep.
All right, bye.
Oh, let's see. I'll hang up there, and Mike Jones is gone.
Mike Jones, that was good, man. He was
Yeah.
he was a little like softer spoken,
Yeah.
quieter than I expected.
Yeah, I mean, like
he's
I
always
said,
sort of been that way a little bit on the
well,
interviews.
I think maybe in the later years, he's not.
Yeah.
I mean, he used to be pretty wound up and just
Yeah.
go. He's mellowed out a lot, but it's good. It's good to
no,
hear
that's
him
really
happy
good.
and
Mellow,
yeah.
Mellow Mike, no longer Mad Mike.
I like Mellow Mike.
Can you get that on the knuckles? You think we should have asked him if he could change Mellow?
Hey, I got a fucking tattoo gun in that drawer. I can do anything you want. I'm glad you brought this up, Crater.
I don't think you can do anything I want.
I
but,
can.
but you could give her
You're
hell.
in the chair. We're
Yeah.
gonna. Hey, after this podcast, I got some extra work to do.
I'm very
apparently.
certain I have zero
couple
tattoos, and
hours.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
stick
today's
with that
the
for
day.
a while. I'm gonna go ahead and
Today's
stick.
the day.
Just go home with a teardrop. Just see how the wife likes that.
I'll bet I can call Kyle Lowe's and he can talk me through it.
Kyle,
Tell me what to do. Just over the phone. Tell me how hard to push. Tell me what colors of ink to use.
Tell me how hard to push. I mean, how do you tell somebody how hard to push on a tattoo?
Yeah, that's good.
Good enough.
We're on the phone. I can't
Does that-
see anything.
Does that look good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably good enough.
Push a
then.
little harder.
Yeah, jam it in there.
He ain't going in. I can't tell. Push harder. Cram it in there. Pack that ink.
Pack that ink. I've heard him say that.
Yeah, you want to pack that ink in. Really got some ink packing to do. Did I tell you? Okay, so when I was at the doctor the other day,
Uh-oh.
and he was looking at my.
Is this a public story?
No, this is good. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I won't tell him about the extra stitch. I'll tell him about the. This was the eczema doctor, and he was looking at this tattoo, and he was so scared. He thought this because the red
thought it
kind
was
of
a rash?
Yeah,
You thought that was your skin
yes,
color?
Yes.
What about this part right here?
I don't know, but he was like serious. I'm like, no, that's just ink. He's like, are you sure?
That's fire.
I'm like,
Literally, that's a tattoo of fire.
but it
And
got
he-
covered. Yeah, it
and he
was
thought-
fire. No, it was like.
it's fire. Like, what do you
Oh
mean?
yeah. Well, there used to be negative flames, like you
Oh,
could kind of see them
yeah,
under,
yeah.
but then we covered them up. Like that's
It all seems negative to me.
yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
I couldn't-
I don't hate tattoos. I don't.
I couldn't believe him though. I was so. He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like,
Yeah, doc. The other one looks different.
pretty
Watch.
sure. I'm like, it's kind of mainly just like there, kind of here. Like it's not so much here.
Not so much here or here.
You fucking idiot!
Right here.
Like you're supposed to be the guy I'm trusting.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
It's tattoo ink. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Anyway. Anyway, sorry I brought up tattoo on knuckles there.
Good times. No, I'm not.
That was a good show with Mike though. I think he obviously didn't delve into the partying so much. I don't think that's where he's at now in life, so he didn't want to talk about it much.
We didn't even talk about a lot of freestyle. I feel like.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
he just
a weird
kind of told
interview,
us
but it
what
was
he did,
good.
where he went, and
Yeah.
that was good. I mean, still we're 2 hours in, so yeah,
Yeah. Hey.
good show.
Yep.
I think
And the
Mike's a
first
good
one,
dude.
for 2021.
Yeah,
Sorry, we
thanks.
fell off a little bit at the end of 2020. Like I said, we had I had a few
medical. Emergencies
health
and,
issues, and we're back good.
Well, and, I mean, like you say, we
Well, I don't
tried
know
to talk
about
to
back
Mike.
good.
We tried to
Yeah.
talk to Mike a couple times, or one other time.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
actually a few weeks ago, and it didn't pan out. So,
But hopefully, we're on for 2021. Try to do one once a week, like we have been, and pump
believe it or
these
not,
things out.
These freestyle guys aren't always right on top of things, which
You
is
never know.
okay.
Yeah.
We're not talking poorly about
Hey,
them.
shocking!
I understand.
Shocking, Crater.
Scheduling.
People have
things
said
is
I'm not the most as well in
Well,
life.
you're not.
In life,
You're not.
In
You're
life.
not exactly punctual.
Well, punctual, I'm pretty good at. If I say I'm going
Punctuation's
to be
hard.
there, yeah. No, if I say I'm going to be there, I'm usually there on time. Like
I
I'm
don't
just,
buy that.
No.
I don't think that's
No,
true at all.
that's
No,
not the
it can't
rumors
be.
going around.
It cannot be true
All
about
right.
you.
Well, fuck off then.
You and Billy Binkley, maybe. Right on time all the time.
I love Billy Bankley.
All
All right, people. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. See you.